Trick Williams is over. That's number one. Number
Apparently
two,
he's not, because if he wasn't, then you wouldn't need Undertaker in there to give him the rub.
okay, he is. And Undertaker's giving him the rub anyway.
Again, he's not.
Russo'sBrand.com, where the pros are the pros. So we just saw the Goldberg thing, okay? Now we're seeing, Bubba Ray Dudley on, I think it was on TNA, challenging the Hardy Boys to a match.
Sure.
Then we're seeing Taker, who was talking about this serious heart surgery after WrestleMania 41. Now we see Taker in a ring at NXT choke slamming Trick Williams.
Yeah.
This is just me now, Al. I just keep seeing this and I'm like, and obviously there's Ric Flair. Obviously there's that. And I'm just like, guys, like when is enough enough?
Okay. Like, I'll tell you when.
Yeah, I just want to hear, where you...
When you have no need for them to help the others who aren't getting over.
Okay, so we got two completely... Well, hold on. Let me interrupt you there, because number one, Trick Williams is over. That's number one. Number
Apparently
two...
he's not, because if he wasn't, then you wouldn't need Undertaker in there to give him the rub.
Okay, he is. And Undertaker's giving him the rub anyway.
Again, he's not, because if he was, then why would you want... The only reason you're going to put Undertaker in there is, again, to raise him up, to put him on another level, to give him the rub. You're not going to do these things unless you have the necessity, the need.
When are you going to...
Why else would you do it? Oh, well, Taker just wants to get in the ring? No.
When are you going to give Anthony Katina the rub? When does Anthony Katina go over Al Snow?
Probably never. But what rub am I going to give him? I mean,
I'm just like, guys, like when is it over? Like what?
Because again, then make these younger guys have the ability to be in a position to where there's not a need and a necessity to bring these other people back.
Did you watch the Al Snow Gunther? The Gunther Goldberg match. I was just wondering if you think that got Gunther any more over. I was just curious.
If it didn't, well, then, and I'll have to see because I don't know. But these guys have to understand both Goldberg in which, of course, Goldberg's not going to get this. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory fashion, you know what I mean? Like a disparaging fashion. He just don't know. A lot of guys think they know, but they don't know, and they don't get how all of this really does work. Goldberg was there, one, because he's still a draw. He's an attraction. Hey, we're going back into Atlanta. Let's make sure we have a good house. Let's trot Goldberg out. Why would you do that? Well, we ain't got somebody that's going to draw a bigger house than Goldberg in Atlanta. Well, we should. We should have that. We don't. Why don't we? Well, that's the talent. That's their responsibility. Hey, we're going to trot him out. If we're going to trot him out, what are we going to do to, use him, and how we're going to use him? Well, let's put some equity into, one of our guys. Who do we need? Well, Gunther, he's the only guy physically right now on the roster that kind of matches up, that we think that we could even remotely get some kind of heat on, then draw with Goldberg, because who else are we going to put in there that's going to create that heat, that interest, that desire, that question as to what's going to happen? Well, Gunther's the only guy that we got this physically could do it. Okay, well, let's put him in there, and let's, he's our world champion. It makes sense, and let's see if we can give him the rub. All right, and this is Gunther's chance, not somebody else's. This is Gunther's. So now when he gets in the ring, hey, I got to make sure I look like a star. This is my match. I got to be selfish. It's not about me just doing what was called. It's not about, Bill wants to do this, Bill, this ain't for you. This is for me. And I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do what I have to do to make sure that when these people leave or turn off this show, that everybody's talking about me and not talking about you. And what is everybody talking about? About Bill. Mm-hmm. They are not talking about Gunther. So I don't even have to watch the match.
Yeah.
Because now you just got your answer.
Hey, I thought you were last time we had a show, it was a week ago. I thought you were getting a haircut out.
Oh, I'm still working on the whole mad scientist look.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Like, seriously.
But do you understand? Like,
I understand exactly, because Al, exactly. Here's the point. Exactly what Al is saying. Here is the point. How did that all end? That all ended with Goldberg's retirement speech. So we already
it could have.
Right.
It's the match itself. You want people leaving talking about Gunther.
That's what I'm saying, Al. You're always going to remember the last thing.
But you're back to, no, it's not always you remember. You
remember
you do. The thing that makes the strongest emotional connection.
A lot of times you remember the last. A lot of times you remember the last thing.
No, and this, yes. Back to
Al. If you go to a concert, you're always going to remember the last song they played. Not 3 songs back. You're always going to remember the last song they played.
Not all of us are struggling with Alzheimer's like you. Anyways, back to your original question of Bubba and Devon coming back, and
right,
we don't have somebody on the show that's going to draw or put the notoriety to TNA as that does. We should,
but yet, according to your theory, so we don't have guys that draw.
Not my theory, that's how it works.
According to how it works, yet Vince Russo never gets the OVW call. Jeff, bring Vince in, draw a number. Vince Russo never gets the OVW.
I'll bring you in a heartbeat.
Bro, bring me in. I want to be in Katina's corner against you.
What is this fascination with you and Katina?
Somebody needs to put you in your place. He seems to be the guy to do it.
Really?
Yeah. So whenever you want to make some money, let me know, Al. Because I have an urge to hit you with something.
Oh, I'm not going to be on the show.
Okay, Jeff. What else do we have for the year? What else do we have for the? Did they change the name of that movie yet?
Not yet. No.
Okay, Jeff, what else we have for the Great House now?
Darby Allin was on WTF.
That was a perfect point. I was thinking about that when I was talking. Sting's retirement speech, and what did we remember? I mean, his retirement match. What do we remember, Al?
But it was done the wrong.
No, I'm saying we remember Darby Allin going through the truth. Remember, that's what you're saying. I'm backing you up, Al. I'm trying to back you up. Go ahead, Al.
If Gunther and Bill had worked the match, Bill had went out there and had really like, hey, I understand this is for the kid. And then Gunther really understood it was, again, a little bit of an asshole, a little selfish. And then you would have been, match-wise, you'd have been talking about that. And then you would have had Bill's speech and you'd have been like, yeah, that was a good send-off for Bill. They gave him a little speech at the end. But man, that match with him and Gunther's got it. Gunther's going to be a star. We're not talking about Gunther at all.
Right.
And that's where a talent drops the ball. And that's why you're still seeing a lot of these guys getting cycled back through. And that's always been, listen, that's not something new. You go back and back in the day, and there were guys from the previous generation that were brought back in to do things and pop a house and, give a talent a rub and, things like that. It's just that really now, and I think a large part of it too is guys are, keep themselves in better, like Goldberg's still in tremendous
great shape. Yep.
Insane. So, and rightfully so, he still can kind of go, you know what? I still got a little bit left in the tank. I can have another run, because that's the one thing. Doesn't matter how old or how debilitated a wrestler is, they always think they got more in the tank and they got a little bit more of a run in them.
Yeah.
And you're like, easy, big fella.
Yeah.
Those days are gone.